Good to have you back. This is the Natural English Channel, your daily English practice. I'm Sophie.
And I'm Oliver. Really happy you decided to join us today. We post a brand new conversation every single day, so if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now.
And right now, let me tell you exactly what is waiting for you in this episode.
Because today we are dealing with two words that look like twins, but act like total strangers.
We have a very sad but very funny story about Oliver, his coworker Sarah, and a mountain of sandwiches.
We are going to reveal the secret code that native speakers use to say no without actually saying no.
You will get a visual metaphor that makes probability, meaning how likely something is to happen, incredibly simple to understand.
And a quiz at the end where I have to complete situations on the spot.
Stay with us. This episode will change how you listen to people forever.
May, might, two words, possibility, probability, polite excuses, and that's exactly what we're talking about today.
Okay, Oliver, it is time to confess. Tell everyone what happened with Sarah this weekend.
I am still recovering from this emotionally, so I decided to organize a picnic at the park on Saturday.
A picnic. Very nice.
Right, so on Friday at the office, I asked Sarah if she wanted to come, and she smiled and said, "Oh, I might go."
She said she might go.
Yes. So I went to the supermarket. I bought bread, cheese, tomatoes. I stayed up late making 12 sandwiches.
Oh, Oliver.
Saturday comes. I am at the park. The sun is shining. The blanket is on the grass. And Sarah never shows up.
And how did you react?
I physically collapsed, meaning I fell down onto the grass. I just lay there, staring at the clouds, eating a cheese sandwich by myself.
You were a very sad, tired traveler on that blanket.
I was. On Monday, I asked her why she didn't come, and she said, "Oliver, I told you I might come." That basically meant no.
And she was completely right.
How is that right? May and might are the same thing. They both mean maybe.
They both express possibility, but the level of possibility is totally different. And this is the biggest trap for English learners.
Please explain this to me, because I ate 6 sandwiches on Saturday and I am still full.
Yes, we are going to put them side by side right now, using a door metaphor.
I love the doors. Give me the doors.
Let's start with May. Think of May as an open door.
An open door. Okay.
When you use may, there's a real solid chance that something is going to happen. It's about a 50% possibility. The door is open, you just have to walk through it.
Oh, so if I say, "It may rain today," the door is open for rain.
Exactly. If the weather forecast says it may rain, you should probably take your umbrella. It is a realistic possibility.
Realistic possibility. The open door. Got it.
Now, let's look at might. Think of might as a door that is almost completely closed, but there's a tiny crack of light coming from the bottom.
A tiny crack of light.
Yes, it is theoretically, meaning conceptually or technically, possible, but it is very unlikely. The chance is maybe 20 or 30%.
Oh, wow. So the door is basically closed.
Yes. If I say it might rain today, I'm looking at a clear blue sky. It's technically possible because it's nature, but you definitely don't need an umbrella.
That is a massive difference. May is the open door. Might is the tiny crack of light.
Exactly. Let's look at your situation with Sarah. If Sarah had said, I may go to the picnic,
The door is open. She has a 50% chance of being there. I should make the sandwiches.
correct, but Sarah said, I might go.
The door was almost closed. The tiny crack of light. The chance was very low.
Right. In everyday English, saying I might do something is often a polite excuse. It's a gentle way to say probably not without being rude.
Oh my goodness, she was trying to be polite. I might go means I really don't want to go, but I don't want to hurt your feelings.
Precisely. It's a social buffer, meaning a cushion to soften a negative impact.
I made 12 sandwiches for a tiny crack of light.
Yes, you did. Let's practice. You're waiting for a package.
Okay.
If you say the package may arrive tomorrow, what does that mean?
It means I checked the tracking. It's in my city. The door is open. It is very possible it will arrive tomorrow.
Perfect. And if you say the package might arrive tomorrow?
It means the package is still in another country. It's a tiny crack of light. A miracle could happen, but probably not.
You have it completely. Now, there's one more thing about may.
Tell me.
May is also used to ask for and give permission, formal permission.
Like in school, may I go to the bathroom?
Exactly. You are asking to open the door. You never say, might I go to the bathroom? That sounds incredibly strange and overly formal.
Might I go to the bathroom sounds like a king from the 17th century.
It really does. So for permission, always use may. May I sit here? Yes, you may.
Permission is always may. Possibility can be may or might depending on how open the door is.
Exactly. Let's do a quick error check. 3 mistakes that happen constantly.
I'm ready.
Wrong. Might I borrow your pen for a second?
May I borrow your pen for a second? You are asking for permission. You use may to open the door. Might is too weird for permission.
Good. Wrong. He's studying very hard. He might pass the exam easily.
He may pass the exam easily. If he's studying hard, the possibility is strong. The door is open. It's a 50% or higher chance. Might means the door is almost closed.
Excellent. Wrong. I might go to Paris next year. I already bought the tickets.
I may go to Paris next year. Wait, actually, if you bought the tickets, you are going.
Ah, good catch. If you bought the tickets, you say, I'm going to Paris.
Right. May and might are for uncertainty. If I have tickets, there is no uncertainty.
Exactly. But if you haven't bought tickets yet, but you have the money saved, you say, I may go to Paris. The door is open.
3 for 3. I'm feeling much better about my English, even if my picnic was a disaster.
And I want to say something quickly to everyone listening.
Hmm?
If you mix up may and might while talking to a native speaker, do not panic. We will still understand you.
Yeah, the world will keep spinning.
It will. Sometimes the nuances, meaning the tiny, subtle differences, take time to feel natural. It is okay if you make a mistake. Just keep speaking.
Keep speaking, but maybe don't make 12 sandwiches until you hear the word may.
Very good advice. Quiz time. I'm going to give you a situation, and you complete the sentence using may or might.
Completing the situation. I am ready.
Situation 1. Your friend asks if you want to help him move his heavy furniture on Sunday morning. You absolutely do not want to do this, but you want to be polite.
Oh, I say I might help you. The tiny crack of light. It's a polite excuse. It means no, but softly.
Perfect. Situation 2. You are at a restaurant and you want to see the dessert menu. You want to ask the waiter politely.
I say, may I see the dessert menu? I'm asking for permission to open the door. Always may for permission.
Excellent. Situation 3. You are looking at dark, heavy gray clouds in the sky. You hear thunder. You turn to your friend and say,
It may rain soon. The door is wide open. The clouds are dark. There is a very strong possibility.
Great. Situation 4. Max is sleeping on the sofa. You drop a tiny piece of cheese on the floor on the other side of the room. He's very lazy today.
I say Max may wake up because it's cheese and Max loves cheese. The door is open.
Actually, think about the distance and his laziness.
Oh, Max might wake up. The tiny crack of light. It's possible because it's food, but he's too lazy to walk across the room. He might wake up.
Exactly. 4 situations handled. You only stumbled once and you fixed it immediately.
You know, may and might are so much more than just grammar rules.
How so?
Sometimes the truth is too hard to say directly.
Hmm.
We use might to give people a soft landing. We leave a tiny crack of light so the door doesn't just slam in their face. It's actually very kind.
It is a gentle way to communicate, even if it causes a few extra sandwiches to be made.
The sandwiches were a sacrifice for the beauty of polite human connection.
Come back to this review and say these phrases out loud with us.
May, the open door, strong possibility. It may rain today. Repeat after us.
May, slowly, may.
The open door, a real chance, and always used for permission.
Might, the almost closed door, weak possibility. I might go to the party. Repeat after us. Might, slowly, might.
The tiny crack of light, a polite excuse. Probably not going to happen.
And if there's a tiny word in English that makes you confused every time you try to speak, leave it in the comments below.
Your doubts are exactly what we use to build this channel. We want to hear from you.
We read every single one. Tell us what you want to learn next.
And go watch our last video. We talked about lay and lie.
We solved the absolute worst dilemma in the English language.
The delivery guy and the tired traveler. The link is in the description right now. Go click it.
And if we helped you understand possibility a little better today, please like and subscribe.
It tells the algorithm that our conversations are helpful, and it pushes us to more learners everywhere.
See you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
Bye. And Sarah, if you are watching this, I still have 3 sandwiches left. You may have one if you want.
Goodbye, everyone.